we don't want to make it easy for the bastards, to use his own words. But I think it will shake the world, the next stuff that comes out of Wikileaks. I also want to stress that when it comes to Bradley Manning, the U.S. soldier that is in detention in Kuwait and has been in detention for 4 weeks without being charged, and there's a complete catch-22 when it comes to getting him proper lawyers. He has a military lawyer appointed to him. He can't get the lawyers that Wikileaks has been assigned for him because he has to ask for it, but he can't. Nobody can give him the information that these lawyers have appointed for him. We've
got to go to break. This is incredible info, but you say the next information will shake the world. Are you implying it's much bigger than the Copter massacre?
Maybe.
Maybe? All right, stay there. I'm on the edge of my seat here. And the Pentagon says it's thousands of documents and videos, so Lord knows what treasure trove you guys have got, and anything to end these wars as soon as possible. I think you underestimate how much danger you're in, though.
The explanation he used was that he was understood that it was not safe for him to come to this country. He left it, and then later he explained now, when the Bradley Manning arrest was announced, he said, now you understand why I didn't come. I think it's worth mentioning a very new and ominous development in our country. I think he would not be safe, even physically, entirely, wherever he is. We have, after all, for the first time that I ever, perhaps in any democratic country, we have a president who has announced that he feels he has the right to use special operations operatives against anyone abroad that he thinks is associated with terrorism, that he suspects of it. And that includes American citizens. One American citizen who's even been named.
Julian Assange is who Daniel Ellsberg was talking about there on MSNBC. And for the last 2-3 weeks, the spokesman he designated is Birgitta-jonsdottir, the prestigious and very effective member of the Icelandic parliament. This is a short segment, long segment coming up. Plenty of time for her to break everything down. We were able to get her via video Skype. We'll see how long that holds. Okay, sorry you got cut off by the break. Briefly, the point you were trying to make about this shaking the world, the new information, can you give us any idea when it's coming out or why he hasn't released it yet? Because, I mean, they're arresting people, they're tracking people down. I mean, this is dangerous.
Well, first of all, I want to stress that there is no proof that links Manning to Wikileaks. There is only this log from Adrian Lamo that looks like he is an FBI spook. So, you know, I can't verify if Wikileaks has access to the documents that is claimed Manning leaked. I mean, we don't even know if Manning exists. So, but, you know, there will be releases very soon. There are some technical problems and so forth. So we just, or, you know, Wikileaks just wants to make sure to release it in a proper fashion so it gets the attention it deserves.
But from what you say, it sounds like we're getting very, very close to this political bomb dropping.
I certainly hope so. I can't wait myself.
But you know what it is. You said it's going to shake the world.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Can you give us any hint?
No. Sorry.
We've seen reports that it deals with echelon spying, that it's also more massacre videos, drones killing people in Afghanistan. Wrong?
Some of that will be released soon, yes.
Say that again, I'm sorry.
Some of that will probably be released soon, but, you know, I have not been able to get hold of Julian for a while or other Wikileaks people.
Oh, so you're saying, well, hold on, I mean, let me get this straight. You're saying there's lots of stuff coming out. So we got some drones killing people. We've got some NSA spying info. Are you saying it's not just one thing, it's a whole bunch of things?
Well, Wikileaks gets submitted, you know, original documents, you know, every day, lots of them. So I'm not sure, you know, how the process is going to be, and I can't really answer for exactly what is going to be released, but there is certainly a lot of documents being submitted to Wikileaks every day, every week, every month, every year. So
Well, Birgitta, I've got to say it.
It has to be, and it's very important because what WikiLeaks aims to do with every document is to verify if it is the real deal or not.
Well, Birgitta, I've got to say, I mean, you are like an Amazon goddess here. I mean, you are like Wonder Woman. I mean, with all the you're beating the banks. You got laws passed for an internet-free zone where there's true freedom of the press. You're in there in WikiLeaks, just devastating the New World Order. I tell you, I really admire you. I just want to say that right now.
Well, thank you. I'm just doing my best to help co-create a reality that I want to live in. And I think that it is something every individual should try to do and aspire to do.
Well, you are changing reality, and it shows what a go-getter can do. Could you have imagined 2 years ago when you first got active that you would have individually had this much success working with others?
Absolutely not. Not in my wildest dreams. I never aspired to be a politician, just to get that clear. And I think that it is time for ordinary activists to get into places of power to do have maximum influence both inside and outside establishments. And it is very important to work closely with grassroots groups because and not shape it into a traditional political parties, but to really create a bridge between ordinary people and the institutes that shape the laws that affect our lives.
Well, we're going to go to break. Long segment coming up. And, you know, I can sit here and throw questions out all day, but I do want to get into the law that Iceland has passed, what that means for the rest of the world, how we can duplicate that, more of the attacks on free speech and the press, and anything else you think is important on the other side, not just Alex Jones asking his questions. Brigitta-jonsdottir is our guest, member of the Icelandic Parliament, one of the premier leaders for freedom of the press, and for stopping the banking cartel and for sovereignty of nations. And she's instrumental in also keeping her country out of the euro. I mean, she is having a great effect. We're going back to Brigitta-jonsdottir in this long segment. Then we're getting into the new Supreme Court nominee, the opposite of Brigitta-jonsdottir, the opposite of Thomas Jefferson or George Washington, openly believes that the government can, quote, disappear, that's a quote, any speech they don't like, and that the government can have legislation on the books or regulations to ban books. So we're going to be talking about that in the next hour. Before we go any further here today, I wanted to remind listeners that this radio show is funded by you. We're not funded by big global corporations. We're not funded by the Fortune 500 or by the Ford Foundation. We're funded by your prisonplanet.tv memberships. We can watch the live radio show in living video color and see the archives, get a podcast that's 64-bit, not 32, read my book, Paul Watson's book, see all my new films first, download them in high quality. Many other films have been authorized to post at prisonplanet.tv, like Camp FEMA, featuring myself and many others. Don't Tread on Me, Rise of the Republic, with states' rights and how to take our country back. And if you just do it like Brigitta-jonsdottir did in Iceland, you can actually take your country back or your state back. This has the battle plan. Jason Bermas's new Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, that shows who these globalists are, what their master plan is. It's so important. My film that covers the whole banking, eugenics takeover, Fall of the Republic, such an important documentary. Books that are available online at Infowars.com on the online video bookstore, like Genetic Roulette, the documented health risk of genetically engineered foods. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, total sterilization, cancer, you name it, from the government's own studies around the world. This sucker is like a textbook, but written to be very easy to understand. You may know all about the New World Order, but your friends, your family, your neighbors, they need Genetic Roulette. And then, of course, we've got 5 new T-shirts out available at Infowars.com in the shopping carts as well. 2 new Legalized Freedom shirts. Great way to get out there and wake people up. Oh, and I almost forgot. I've got a few hundred of these left, and I think I'm going to still carry it once they're gone, but when I reorder it, I'm going to stop offering the discount. This book is $19.95. It's a New York Times bestseller. It's $24.95 in stores. It's $19.95, and you get a free film of your choice, a free film that I've made, a DVD, free. So that's a $40 value for $19.95 at Infowars.com. We've only got a few hundred of these left. When I reorder, I'm not going to buy enough of them to get the big discount, so I'm going to have to jack the price up on them a bit. So if you want to get them, now is the time, Infowars.com.